Tabby McTat is the story of a cat and an old man who sing in the streets together. They're buskers, just as I was when I was in my 20s.
I think it's just a lovely story, and the relationship between the busker and the cat is obviously it's true love, I think.
There's no recipe for a good story, but usually the reader knows what the central character wants, but they don't know quite how they're going to get it in the end. Well, Tabby McTat's a bit different from that, because Tabby McTat wants two different things. So he's torn. He wants to be reunited with his friend the busker and to sing in the street again, but he also likes being a family cat. So really that's a different kind of story about having to make a decision.
My first thoughts when I saw this story were that I really liked it, and it was very, very different from the other books that I've done. Generally, I like more the kind of fairy tale settings, the more fantastic settings, so it was a bit of a challenge to illustrate a story that's set in the real world.
Axel's illustrations add a wonderful sort of additional layer to the story, and he brings his own kind of view on the storytelling. His illustrations are so rich in detail that you can pore over them night after night and find new ways to interpret them.
I think one of the things that makes Julia and Axel's work so engaging is just the richness of worlds that they're able to build and the relationships between the characters in their stories. Their stories have a deep sort of association with family, friendship, and are set in these unbelievably charming worlds.
The thing that I really liked about the book was that it kind of spoke to how life can kind of pull you in different directions and relationships can change. And I thought that was actually quite a mature and interesting story to be telling kids, and a very good one to tell kids.
I feel very lucky that Axel and I have Magic Light doing our stories, because they really consult us all the way along.
On the whole, we stay really close to the book. One sort of minor tweak we made was to give Fred and Tabby an extra moment at the end when they're alone and Tabby tells Fred, "My life's moved on, I have a new home now."
It's obviously a completely different medium, a picture book or a film, so it needs to have more drama and more surprise, more emotions probably as well. So it is a very, very different thing, and I think they do it brilliantly.
Tabby McTat was a busker's cat with a meow that was loud and strong.
We were blessed on Tabby to have an absolutely stellar cast.
The two of them sang.
Our narrator is Jodie Whittaker, Fred is played by Rob Brydon,
It's Tabby McTat. It's my long-lost cat.
Tabby is played by Shope Darisu, Sock is played by Susan Wakoma, Pat is played by Joanna Scanlon, and Prunella is played by Carrie-Anne Lloyd.
It's such a beautiful, beautiful story. It feels as if there's a lot of childhood to adulthood in it and embracing change.
It's a classic story of someone getting separated from their parent, finding the parent again, coming to the realization that things have moved on. It's just rather lovely. And the way they animate the cats, I get quite emotional watching it, because it's a really heartwarming story